Good morning. My camera seems to be sliding around this morning. Welcome if you follow me, and welcome if you've just found me. You found me for a reason. There's no coincidences on the spiritual awakening or twin flame awakening, whatever your soul path may be, because we are all individuals and we're all here to have our own soul journey, you know, our own human and soul journey. We're all here to have our own individual journeys. So no two journeys are the same, and no twin flame couples are the same, neither. All different, meant to be. Makes the world go around, doesn't it? Bit of difference. Yeah, if it was all the same, that's saying it'd be boring, wouldn't it? No, that's what makes a change, you know, that the people that aren't the same, that's what brings the changes in. So I'm going to get back to the reading, as I can feel the downloads coming in. So when the downloads start flooding in, it's go time. No, I've been on this journey 8 years. You know, at the very beginning, I was just figuring it all out myself. I was trying to understand why I was hearing these love songs. Not all love songs. Some songs would be, like Tina Turner, simply the best things. You know, like not necessarily around love, but messages in them. All messages in them. You know, and eventually, I started to understand these constant songs on a loop every morning when I'd wake up, or I could just be sat in silence and a song would pop in and I'd know it was coming from a higher plane, you know. It wasn't coming from me just thinking of, oh, I want to listen to that song. You know, telepathy is different. I'm going to be doing a reading on that also, the difference, you know, for telepathy. Coming from, you know, a high plane, like spirit guides, your angels, communication from light beings, ascended masters, Mary Magdalene, Yeshua. Yes, we can get all of that once you start opening up on your twin flame and spiritual awakening, and you do the work, you know, to heal, and you work through your 7 chakras, that rainbow bridge, that connection to heaven and earth. Yes, this communication can come through, and it does come through daily. I am like a human jukebox, and the communication to spirit is, daily. You know, I might be here in this human vessel, walking planet Earth, but my connection is more 5D. So that gets me on to the polarity, you know, that I am in my connection. So I am the divine feminine energy. That does not mean gender specific, you know, because it's not gender specific, it's an energy. So we all hold these energies, these 2 energies inside us, these 2 polarities. So one feminine, one masculine. And the twin flame journey is that catalyst for waking you up to the knowing that you hold these energies inside of you. But first, you know, you have to do the journey. You have to listen to these music notes. You have to listen to the trail that your spirit guide is leading you down. You have to start becoming less unsure and more sure of what, you know, is coming in for you, the connection to spirit. Yeah, you have to stop questioning the past and the decisions and the doubts. You know, because this stage is where the triggers come in. So the beginning of the twin flame. Well, not the beginning, because at the beginning, depending on your soul journey also, mine is a beautiful friendship of 37 years. It's a long time, you know, to build that foundation up and then to have it all crumble around you. So that brought in that uncertainty and what's going on here? Something else is going on. And I added that to this at this stage, you know, the doubts and the uncertainty of my 3D connection, you know, the foundation I'd built already for about 7 years, when I started to wake up to something else is going on here. I kept hearing musical notes, music. You know, music's frequency, it's vibration. It resonates with us, you know, to the deepest core of us. It pierces where I think nothing else can pierce, you know. Yeah, music. It's our connection source. So this stage, it's your early stage. You know, your early stage is your bliss stage. I call it the honeymoon, the bubble love phase. So my connection to my twin flame, brilliant friendship, beautiful friendship, understanding, trust, all of that. Had it all, you know. Couldn't not ask for a better friendship. Could not. It was hard earned, you know. Put the time in. You have to put the time into connections for them to thrive, don't you? You know. Let's take that card. And my friendship prior to the waking up of We Are Twin Flames, was, you know, a very, very beautiful friendship, best you could ask for. And it was different, you know. There was always a different in other friendships, so it's special, you know. So I'm not speaking of past tense, because I know it's coming back around again. That card that's just come out, yeah, it's coming around again. That song, coming around again. I know this because of the work I've done on this journey, and to be quite honest, I've always known it. Even when we was in our longest separation, which was 3 years, you know, and my twin flame returned last year in August. I knew it was coming around again, and I felt that energy coming back in, and I heard these songs coming back in again. You know, 'cause some parts of this journey will go silent. You'll feel like, have I just dreamt that I'm a twin flame? I can't feel my twin flame anymore. These parts of the journey, there's purposes for that, you know. For that quietness, in that stillness, is the deep introspection and healing that is needed for both twins. So when you don't necessarily feel your twin, or you can't hear the songs anymore, you know, the telepathy, it's quieting down. You know, I've had periods of this, but I also knew it was coming around again. Because this journey, it's like no other, you know. It's not of this world. And if you'd have said to me 8 years ago I was a twin flame, I would have gone, what's a twin flame? And that's the truth of the matter, because I didn't know what a twin flame was. I've heard of soulmates, but there's differences to soulmates to twin flames. That will be in another reading. You know, this rainbow bridge of ours, working through our rainbow bridge, the rainbow bridge is, you know, your 7 chakras, and it's your connection from earth to heaven. And, you know, when you start walking and healing and taking these baby steps over the rainbow bridge, that's where you're going into more depths of yourself, you know. You're uncovering more and more about what this connection really is, and what it actually really is sending you down, you know, the path that it's sending you down. So at first you think it's like a romanticized connection, because the connection of the twins is that strong, you know. It's like that magnet. Well, it is a magnet, but it also repels, you know. So until you stabilize those energies, those 2 polarities, the yin and the yang, and the divine feminine and the divine masculine inside yourself, you know, that magnet, it's a magnet, yeah, you're a magnet. But I'm going to speak about the lyrics. the song. This is part 2 of yesterday's reading, if you caught that. So the lyric, standing on a platform watching you go, it's like no pain I've ever known. So this was me waking up to feeling these chains around me. You know that other song, break, break, break free from the chains. Yeah, I was hearing the song, many songs, and it was telling me it's time to break free from these chains. You know, the chains of my own illusions, you know, what we've been put under in the matrix. Yeah, these chains of illusions was about to, yeah, be shattered. But first, you know, I had to walk this rainbow bridge. I had to do the healing. I had to go into this deep depths of this dark cave. My ego mind, my psyche, karma, ancestral wounds, traumas, 3D things. Also, you know, ancestral. So not my wounds, but my ancestors. So wounds of the 3D, but also of past lives. So very deep depth you're going to go to. And not everybody wants to go to this depth. I did, because my soul was calling me to this light. You know, that from breaking free from these chains, I found my light. I won't say I am fully sparkling and dazzling, but it's a journey, you know, it's a never-ending journey. But I have found my light. I'm speaking about this light that I've found by taking this journey of breaking my chains, becoming free and independent from these chains, from the lower energies that also bound us to this connection, because twin flames are targeted. We are targeted from coming here, from the lower energies, the unseen of this planet, that's here, you know. So, yeah. It's very hard, complex, confusing, painful, beautiful, magical path that we take. But it's a path well taken. And I can't speak today. And it's the full moon. Yeah, that could be why. So the energies, cycles, moons, all have an effect on me. And I've realised that I can't speak sometimes when the moons, the energy's high, you know. And I've also realised, the cycles I can't speak. Yeah, can somebody not speak in this connection? Is somebody wanting to speak? Yeah. Getting that through also. A twin flame wants to come forward to speak the truth. Yeah, that's maybe why my throat chakra's playing up also. So, to love someone so much, you know, is to, you know that saying where if you love someone, you let them go, you set them free. That's true love, isn't it? That's unconditional love. So I got to a stage on this journey where there'd been too much triggering, too much pain in my, you know, my normal 3D friendship connection I'd built up for 37 years. I'd got to a stage where, you know, my twin flame was pulling back, so I could feel the pull back, because the intuitive me, the divine feminine energy, that connection to source, my precognition to what is to come, you know, that seer in me, saw all this coming before it came. That's the powerful connection I have to source. So I knew that we would have to separate to break these to break us both free from these chains. I knew the separation was imminent, could feel it with every part of my being, you know, could feel it. And I knew that this was coming up to take us to calmer waters, you know, because underneath this surface of, you know, this beautiful water, shimmering beautiful water, there was something bubbling, ready, you know, to be illuminated, to actually come up to the surface, into the light, something that had been hidden, you know. And that bubbling was the triggering, you know. It was these chains that was holding us from healing fully, you know, from fully finding our light, our luminosity that we all hold inside us. But, you know, I knew that separation was imminent, and it got to a point. The divine feminine energy is nurturing, loving, giving, and usually the chaser. And I'll say the energy because it's not gender specific. So, you know, we all hold this energy inside of us. But one of the twins is the masculine and one is the feminine, but not gender specific. Like in my connection, we are both feminines, but one holds the masculine, my twin, and one holds the feminine, myself. So the confusion, you know, there of this beautiful friendship, and how powerful this pull was, and how painful it was when we separated. That was high confusion for me, you know. I knew I loved this person dearly. I knew she was my rock. I knew that I was hers. I knew it was a total different connection altogether than I've ever felt in connections in my life, friendships in my life. Knew that from day one of meeting this person when we was age 10, yeah. But I didn't know to the extent until I woke up, until I started to hear these notes, you know, these love notes, these songs, until I started to feel unsure about what was going on in my connection, and things started to change, you know, and the loyalty started to disappear. Standing by each other through thick and thin, well, that started to get less and less. Not on my side, because I was trying to hold it together. I was trying to keep this friendship going. But because of the difference in energies, the polarities, that's that push and pull, you know, that push and pull dynamic came into it. So my twin, being the masculine, was pulling away. I was going towards, you know, but that magnet, it was repelling, you know. So because the energies, the two polarities wasn't stable